Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Today I have a Bath & Body Works candle review to share. You will have seen in yesterday's Bath & Body Works candle haul video that I picked up several of the blueberry pie. This is a repackage or return of blueberry pie. I believe the very first time that it was available was this summer. I was really late to the game to picking it up. I do have the, I guess what you could call the original blueberry pie here. Now, I never did a post-burn review of this one when I picked it up at the end of the summer because it was at that point just gone and there was no way to get it. And so I didn't want to review something that wasn't available. But I love this and I really regretted not picking up more. So I was obviously very excited for the return of blueberry pie. I wanted to go ahead and bring the original out because I thought it might be kind of fun to compare the two to see if they had tweaked it at all. And I do think to my nose there is a minor difference between them, but we'll talk about that in a second. So as you can see, I am just about to, almost to the halfway point with this blueberry pie. There is a nice deep wax pool on this, and let me tell you, the performance of this one is really impressive so far. And if it can hit the halfway point and maintain the performance, then this is basically like a Bath & Body Works all-star in my book because most of what I've received this year and last year and probably even the year before, most of those candles have ended up in the candle crock at the halfway point because they either just kind of futzed out or they started sooting like crazy or they just weren't strong enough when I had them lit, and maybe they did better when they were being warmed, more of like a, you know, like Scentsy wax or something like that. So my fingers are crossed because up until this point, like it is pretty darn flawless. So let's talk about the scent description first. By the way, this ombre kind of blue to light blue glass I think is absolutely gorgeous. The wax is that kind of classic white creamy color that Bath & Body Works has. So the notes are juicy blueberries, flaky crust, and sugar crystals. Let's compare that to the original. The original says juicy blueberries, flaky crust, and sugar crystals. So they didn't even tweak it, which I think is fine. What I get from this is blueberry pie. There is nothing exotic about this. There's nothing that is like there's no mysteries to it, you know, like you don't have to go searching for scent notes that aren't there. This just is a blueberry pie. I think it smells pretty darn authentic. Blueberry is kind of a hard scent to get right in a like candle format, I feel like, because a lot of times it ends up smelling really artificial and candy-like, whereas this to me just smells like really juicy, ripe, end of summer blueberries. Blueberries are one of my favorite things to eat in the summer, and this just, it smells like the blueberries that I pick up on a weekly basis from Costco in bulk. Slightly tart, but also very sweet at the same time. Just amazing. And the pie crust note in this is fabulous. Like it is a sweet summertime treat. Some people in the haul video mentioned that, actually not in the haul video, but in a picture that I posted on Instagram, that they thought blueberry pie was kind of a nice year-round candle because I mentioned that this was not really seasonally appropriate. It's not to me, because to me blueberries are something that I consume mostly during the summertime. But this has been so yummy to burn. It's kind of been a nice change of pace from some of the other heavy gourmand scents that I've been burning around the holiday time. But to me, this is definitely, I'm going to save the rest of what I have for summertime, spring, summer probably, just because I think it's better suited to a warmer weather situation in my eyes. But it is delicious, and I think this is one of like the best scents that Bath and Body Works has put out in a while. I think it's so authentic, so real, so yummy, and I'm glad that I got my hands on a few of them. And depending on how this one goes the rest of the way, at the next sale, I'm probably going to snag a bunch more. Now let's talk about the differences really quickly with the original. I wanted to mention that, and then I'll talk about the burn quality and stuff like that. So really the only difference that I get is that I feel like the original is just a little bit more heavy on the flaky crust note, whereas this is a little more heavy maybe on the sweet and tart blueberry note. But it's not crazy obvious. And it still smells absolutely incredible. I think that if you had them both burning at the same time, I don't think it would be very detectable, but I can definitely smell that there is just a little bit more flaky crust note in this one than there is in this one. I don't have a preference between the two. I think they're both absolutely delicious, and it's very, very slight. But I do like that flaky crust note. That is something that really appeals to me. And if they could perfect that with some other pie scents, I like a strawberry rhubarb with that crust note would be amazing. And I have my fingers crossed that someone somewhere makes a strawberry rhubarb pie candle sometime soon, because that would rock my world. So yeah, that's really the only difference that I noticed between the two. The burn quality, great. The wicks are definitely very high. This one does need to be blown out at this point. I've had it lit for about 3 hours now, and I typically only like to go about 3 hours with my Bath and Body Works candles. So you can see that there are a few of the mushroom tops that have at this point fallen into the wax, and I don't like for that to happen. These flames are pretty hot, and they're pretty high. Sorry, I'm trying to oh, there we go. They're pretty hot and they get pretty high. 3 hours is like the perfect amount of time. This is a scent that lingers. I do have it here in my entryway. This is a 9 out of 10 in terms of strength, and it's a 9 out of 10 in terms of throw. This travels throughout the entire house. This is the only thing I have lit in my house right now. I smell it all the way upstairs in my filming room, which is up the stairs, around the corner, and another corner. I smell it in my dining room, in my kitchen. I even smell it in my laundry room, which it's around a few corners here. It's traveling throughout the entire house. Strength and throw are perfect. I feel like the wicks are pretty perfect. The wax is not getting gross and gray. It's just a great candle. Like, why can't they all be like this? Everything about it is amazing. I love the label. I love the glass. I love the burn. I love the wicks. I love the strength. I love the throw. There is nothing negative for me to say about this, and it feels really good to be able to do a Bath and Body Works candle review where I don't have a critique at all. I mean, my only critique would be if they stopped making it at this point. That would make me angry. Or if they brought it back again in the spring in another run and messed with the formula and changed all of those things. Overall, 2 thumbs up. I want more. I think it's amazing. I am going to see how the next couple burns go, and if they go well over the next couple days, I'll be stocking up on this for sure. So let me know if you have burned blueberry pie. What are your thoughts? How do you think it compares to the original if you were lucky enough to pick this up? Do you get more of the crust note in this like I do, or do you think they're fairly even? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts as well. If this is still available online, I'll go ahead and link it down below. I don't know when the next candle sale is going to be. I don't know if they're going to have another one before the holidays are going to start next week, or if, you know, I don't know, maybe it'll go on clearance after Christmas. I doubt it, but if it did, snag it up, people, because this is delicious. So, all right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.